Welcome into Tips for Gamers, and today we're going to show you how to have the best draft in the history of Madden. We're going to show you how to scout and find X factors if there is any. It's never guaranteed, but we're going to show you how to have a draft class like this where you're just producing nothing but talent in your draft classes and you're almost unstoppable. A team like this is just ridiculous. So with that being said, let's jump into it. So let's go over our scouts here. For our tier 3 scout, we're going safety and wide receiver. Safety, it doesn't specify whether it's free safety or strong safety, so it's covering both. Within those free safeties and strong safeties, you can play them at cornerback. They're great at cornerback as well. Okay, it's amazing how many good ones you'll find that are good at cornerback. Hybrids and even zone guys too. You'll find quite a bit of guys that you're like, this guy's a beast at cornerback. Okay, they can also play outside linebacker both right and left. And they can play middle linebacker as well. So you're basically getting a 6-for-1 deal just with this one scout. And then you go to wide receiver here. Wide receivers obviously can play wide receiver. There's a lot of wide receivers in the auto-generated draft classes. They can also move over to tight end. They can play halfback as well. So it's great for user, great for simulation. Moving on to tier 2, we got outside linebacker and interior line. Outside linebacker can play all linebacker positions. That's 3 of them. Your middle linebacker and both outside linebackers. Then you have your DNs. Okay, great at DNs as well. Plenty of times I've drafted linebackers and moved them to DN. 4-3, 3-4, doesn't matter. Also, occasionally you could come across one who could play safety if you really needed it. Your DNs are covered and your outside linebackers are covered. But then you got interior line here. It's a 3-for-1 because it's not the offensive tackle. The offensive tackle here is just right and left tackle. This is interior, so they're including centers. So you got your guards and you got your center. It's a 3-for-1. And it's great. That's what you want. Okay, quarterback, tight end, running back, offensive tackle, D tackle, D end. This is how we're always going to have this set up. So for the regional breakdown, you don't need to be perfect, but what we do is our tier 3 scouts always nationwide. And I think they messed up on this because, it says there's weaknesses here. It doesn't make sense. I don't want you to look at any of the weaknesses. Just look at the positives. You're our best scout. Just look at the positives. So I think that's kind of weird, but we always have our tier 3 scout as the national guy. For our West, and you don't have to be perfect. Just look at the strengths and try to match them up as good as you can. So here, that's what we did there. Strengths, quarterback there, picked him up, and it was good. Here, we don't have any strengths, but we have a weakness, okay? And you got to also think your tier 2 guy is 15% boost. Your tier 3 guy is a 25% boost efficiency in those positions. So you want to get it right, but if you don't get it right, it's not a big deal because here I don't have a center, but I still have the interior linemen, and it's fine. Linemen are something that are pretty easy to draft, pretty easy to scout. Obviously easy to draft, just click a button, but they're easy to scout. And then here, but you don't have to be perfect. That's the big thing of what we're showing you here. You just don't have to be perfect. So you guys really want to make sure that you're doing a bulk of your scouting when the NFL Combine comes out, okay? Because the NFL Combine's going to really tell you how close you are to getting this correct. You need the NFL Combine to be assured. You don't need it to be guaranteed a good guy. You just need it to be assured, okay? So during the free agency week 1, you could do a little bit of scouting and stuff. You can really put up a lot of guys that you like. But then after that, when you go into free agency week 2, you're going to want to, do a lot more scouting. And I know it's tough, but you got to be fast. You got to be really, really fast. And the other thing too is how you want to scout is very, very important. You want to scout from going to all regions to all players and go down. And the reason for this is because whenever you put the guy on your favorites list, that's where it's going to show up. So if you're doing it individually by position, right, all the quarterbacks that you scout first are going to be first on your list, and then it'll go from halfbacks. It's not going to do it dependent on when the player's projected to get drafted. If I scout through all regions and all players, I'm going to have a really good idea of when that player is going to get drafted. Okay, and it's you don't necessarily need to do it this way. It's just more organized, and it's a little bit easier because then you don't have to look at the round 1 projection and go from there. So one of the big things you need to understand, we're not going to cover quarterbacks in this. We have the quarterback video already, and we'll put the link in the description below and also put it up in the top right. We go over all the traits, what they mean, and all that stuff. Now, with halfbacks in any position, this is any position, the archetype is the biggest thing that you need to understand. You need to understand how the archetype works. You need to be able to look at these guys, not look at the archetype. And it's a lot of fun once you start to figure this out. And then you need to be able to apply, okay, this guy is this. He's a power back. He's a elusive back. This guy's a receiving back. And this is really important, and it gets really important with like cornerbacks, even wide receivers. You name it, it starts to get really important because you can actually become such a good detective at scouting that you don't need all the information released to you to know what the guys, some of the ones that are technically hidden or mysterious, where it's a B through a D or what have you. You can actually figure out what that is just based upon the guy's archetype alone. And I know it's crazy. I know it sounds insane, but you can do it and you can figure it all out. And it's amazing. So with halfbacks, like, a good rule of thumb, obviously I look to the right, and that's how I scout them, but I go quick. One of the quickest things I do, I ignore the player notes for the most part, because player notes are great and they're dandy, but player notes are not everything. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to see here, okay, his ratings. The ratings are very imperative to me, because the physicals and just all in all, the combine and the ratings, they tell you a lot about this player, okay? Good acceleration, good. I'm looking for nothing but positives. I'm looking for added bonuses too if he has good jumping, okay? He has great jumping. He has strength. All right, that's good. If he's a power back, I expect more strength, right? That's what I expect, because you're a power back. If you don't got strength, that doesn't make sense with the power back, right? But what does strength do? Strength is just an added bonus, okay? It's going to help increase things. So that's what you want to see here. Ball carrier vision, important. Awareness, important, right? But you may not know the awareness. So the awareness, he's a B through a D. So then I have to be a detective. I got to look at the spin move, juke move. I got to kind of assemble as good as I can here. So this guy he's got B break tackle. He's elusive back. So when I see that, all right, I see his ratings. I'm looking at his skills. I'm seeing that break tackle. Well, elusive backs don't tend to be absolute beasts in the break tackling game, right? So the fact that he's got break tackle, added bonus. I like that, because he's an elusive back. I'm understanding the archetype, and I'm seeing that. If his trucking was a C, it would be even greater. It'd be like, oh crap, this guy, he's an elusive back. He shouldn't be having this, because that's how you'll find these like balanced beasts. These guys that you're like, oh, I understand his archetype, but his numbers are hitting off the charts on this other stuff. That's impressive. So I'm seeing his strength, boom. Seeing his break tackle, boom. Ball carrier vision, great. Spin move, B. Juke move, C. Okay. So I'm seeing the rest here. I'm kind of looking at it. What I can find is awareness is B through a D. Injury, B through a D. That's not too terrible. Where is his stamina? Where'd you go? Where'd the stamina go here? Okay, it's B through a D. All right, not too bad. The route running, all that stuff. I'm taking a chance on this guy so far. There's no question I'm taking a chance on him. Late first round pick is what I'd be looking for. So let's look over Sean Oliver real quick. Get an idea for him. Okay, not bad across the board. Marginal strength, decent agility. Okay, so all right, he's okay. Break tackle, carrying, juke move, spin move. All right, C, and is C trucking. All right, not the worst. His ball carrier vision is B through a D. Now look at his awareness, C through an F. Even at its best, it's a C. That's not that impressive. That to me tells me that this is a guy I'm weary of. I'm not going to draft him. All right, so real quick indications. You got to be able to snap through these and snap through them quick. Let's look at Griffith here. First off, we already know that the top guy's the best. I'm looking here. Okay, agility is decent. Marginal strength, his combine, he's okay there. Break tackle, and then look at his spin moves a C, juke moves a D. All right, so he's a knockoff of the other guy, but he's not too bad. Spin moves a B, or stiff arms a B is what I meant. Awareness B through a D, okay. Not too terrible. Carrying is a B. All in all, would I draft this guy? I would. I would draft this guy. He's caught the decent agility. Now, he's definitely not as good as Crutchfield, but then I got Agnew here that I liked. I saw something in Agnew. And there you go. You look at his agility, it's decent. COD, I expect that with an elusive back, right? If you don't have good COD, you better be a power back. Decent strength too, so he's already hitting some good numbers. Bench press, he's 13th, not too bad. Kind of getting an idea. I'm looking for top 10 is what I really like, but still, this guy's 1 through 2. If I can get him in the second round, I'd probably do it. Pass block is an A. All right, add a bonus. I'm just adding the bonuses there. Ball carrier vision, A, like it. Awareness, A through a C. All right, spin move is a B. A juke move's a D. Who's he remind you of? Look at that spin move. That spin move's a B, or that juke move is a B. And then his juke move is a D, right? I'm looking at him. All right. So his spin move's a B and his juke move's a C and his ball carrier vision's an A. So he's a knockoff of this guy. So Agnew is a knockoff of Crutchfield. Real quick, real easy, snapping through. Malone, another guy here that I liked. This guy is third to fourth round. Look in there, not great, but not bad. I'm not seeing poor. I'm not seeing, marginal strength. Okay. Not terrible, but remember, this guy's a 3rd to 4th round pick. I'm seeing his awareness is a C, ball carrier vision's a D. So is he a high overall? No. Not a high overall. 4th round, you could get a guy who's decent, and I'm looking at those ratings. I'm really determining, how good he is based upon those ratings and just kind of adding those skills up and seeing how close he is. Spin moves a C. He's definitely an elusive back. How good an elusive back? He's okay. This guy's a true 4th round halfback here. But honestly, at this point, would you get Malone over getting a slot wide receiver and then just moving him over? Probably not. Okay, so Curry, this is a power back here. A lot of power backs, their ratings are inflated in certain ways. But what you want to look for with a power back is if I start seeing solid speed, okay, his COD's marginal, all right? This guy's strong too. He's pec popping. His bench presses, he's on 4th, right? He's great strength. He's 4th overall. I'm looking at his skills here. Break tackle's a B. Spin move's a B. Added bonus, right? He shouldn't have a good spin move as a power back. Trucking's a B. Stiff arm's a B. Awareness is A through C. Ball carrier vision A through C. Take a chance on this guy. Day 3, no question about it. I'm seeing enough evidence here that the guy is impressive. All right, for fullbacks, you're going to really want to look at the ratings, the physicals. Biggest thing. The other thing, too, is consider tight ends. You can consider linemen as well. People are like, I like to get linemen. Think about linemen as they're really slow, and if you outrun your blocker, there's no point in your blocker. This is also not real life as well, so the guy only can block one guy at a time, so take that into consideration. Also know if you see a fullback that says he's projected in the 7th round or something, go after, at least look at him. Don't draft him for sure because it says that, but majority of the fullbacks are going to say potentially undrafted. Also, they're not in order. Fullbacks can be good from down here. It could be Campbell. It could be the middle guy or whatever. But also realize trading for fullbacks is really easy. Majority of teams pick their fullbacks up on free agency, or they're using some other position like a tight end or something like that. So take that into consideration and use that when you're building your team. All right, so for tight ends, what I'm looking for is the same thing, the archetype. And what you need to understand with the archetype of tight ends is when you upgrade them. Okay, when I upgrade a possession guy, if he's fast, right? He's got speed to him too. That may be a really good guy. Because possession guys are the catching guys, right? The possession. It is what it is. And then you look at vertical threat. Vertical threat needs speed. So if they have a lot of good catching, that means you probably are, you have a good guy. If you have possession guy and he's got some speed to him too, and he's hitting those good ratings and his combine's pretty good, you're onto something, right? So real easy. And when you upgrade those guys, he could be all possession guy. And you upgrade his vertical threat, and his overall is going to keep continuously growing at the same time. That's a beautiful thing about these tight ends. Don't hang your hat on whether he's possession or vertical. The blocking tight ends are the guys you'll go after for fullback, but they're still not bad. You can still get a blocking guy and he ends up being really good. But you need to understand their archetype. So let's go over Eddie Wise here. Okay, the player notes here, you're just looking for added bonuses because a lot of these guys you're going to see needs work on simple concentration drops. That doesn't mean the guy's not good. Okay, so what I'm looking at here, boom, look at that. Elite, good, elite, good. His strength is good. I'm looking at his 40 or his NFL combine. I'm looking 2nd. He's 12th. The thing he's 12th on is bench press. This guy's good. More than likely, this guy's good. Right there, great indication. Quick. I'm looking at him. A, awareness. A, break tackle. A, catching in traffic. B, deep route. His stamina, yeah, that's important, but still, I'm not going to pass up on a guy who's really good because his stamina is a little bit lower. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so for this guy being a vertical threat, even his pass blocking, his run blocking, the worst it could be is that you're talking the D. All right, that's not my favorite. But at the same point in time, I'm not going to not draft you because he ends up being a D. But I'm seeing a lot of A through, you're just basically adding it up and going, okay, what are the chances that he's good? There's a high likelihood because there's a lot of A's through C's. Okay, even if it's average, if we just take it and make it average on each one of these and it's C's across the board, or it's we just split the middle and it's instead of his medium route being an A through C, we just say, okay, it's a B. What if we just say it's a B? He's a beast. This guy's a beast. Across the board. So that's something to think about, right? And that's what you want to look for. And you're going to find on average around 3 tight ends that are good each draft. You're going to find that. So Harrison too. Let's look at Harrison. Okay. Great across the board. Look at that. I mean, impressive. I'm drafting this guy before I'm drafting the other guy. More than likely. The one thing that worries me is his awareness because I don't know his awareness. However, it's not going to deter me from drafting this guy. Not at all. Either one of these guys that you draft, good. Run blocks an A, added bonus because what is this guy? Is this guy blocking? No, he's a vertical threat, so it's an added bonus. You want to look at their archetype and say, okay, if he's this, and yet he has these numbers, and that's good. Oh, crap. He's got that run block, too, and, and that's fantastic. I've seen guys with a pass block, and I'm confused at why they have pass block, but I'm like, hey, it's an added bonus. And if drafting the guy is one of the best tight ends I ever had. So it's weird, because why are you pass blocking when you're a receiver? I don't know. But, hey, turns out the guy was a beast. Medium route. Look at him across the board. He's a beast. F stamina if he has that. Slow 80s, right? There you go. Simple as that. So still drafting this guy, no question about it. So let's look over this next guy here. Broughton, however you say that name. I don't care. Argue about it in the comments. Look at his NFL Combine. Right? It's okay. Good speed, he's not bad. What is this guy? Vertical? Yeah, he's vertical. So I'm already not impressed. B, awareness. Okay, not bad. B, break tackle. Short route running. That's one thing you're good at. Why are you going to be good at deep route running? Short route running for a tight end. The indications. Just let it logically play out about what the guy does. I mean, are you doing deep routes as a tight end a whole heck of a lot? I don't know why you would. Possession guy here. Don't get caught up in these A's and B's right off the bat. Look at the physicals. Really understand the physicals. This guy's physicals aren't too bad. I think this his overall is probably not the worst in all of America. This guy's an interesting guy. I don't know why I didn't put him on my list, but he is an interesting player. Catching in traffic, impact blocking. Yeah, I don't think he's bad. I don't think he's bad at all. I would take a chance on him, but I'm seeing some things here. His medium route, C to an F, his short route, B to a D. If that's a D, that could be painful. Either way, am I going to draft this guy first over those other guys? No, but I think he's decent. He could be in the upper 60s, no doubt. He could be in the upper 60s. He might be a good guy, but he wasn't the guy that jumped out to me. I wanted to find guys that made sense, and there was another guy here blocking wise that I saw. Okay, here. Sean Ware, he's the first blocking guy. Okay, so how do you break down a blocker? Well, I'm looking at his player notes. All right, fine, whatever. With the blocking guy, do you need a lot of speed? Well, that wouldn't make him necessarily a blocking guy, but he's got decent speed. I'm not seeing – he only has one negative one, which is his acceleration, which is poor. Not great, but remember, this guy's potentially undrafted. Okay? So I'm not holding the same standards to this guy as I am the guy who's supposed to go in the first round, right? You got to understand also where they're getting drafted. So I'm looking at the physicals. He's got that strength. So if he's blocking, I want to know that I'm starting to recruit him like a lineman. Okay, and I'm just seeing all the other stuff. COD, he's decent. That's a good sign. B, awareness. B, break tackle. A, run block, so he's good at what he says he's good at. He's got D, catching and traffic, not the worst. Spectacular catch is a C. He's a blocking guy. Why does he have a C spectacular catch? Okay, interesting, right? Interesting. So this is a guy I would take a chance on. No doubt about it. I would take a chance on him. Let's look at the other guy who's a blocking guy. All right, let's look him over. He's got elite strength. All right. I'm seeing poor, marginal, decent, not bad. Not the worst ever. C, awareness. Well, the other guy's better. His spectacular catch is a D. Other guy's better. Run block is an A. You know who's better right there. You don't even have to guess. You know the other guy. This guy is a potential undrafted. The minute I came across him, I was intrigued. So remember, with offensive linemen, they could be moved anywhere on the offensive line. Okay, so don't just be stuck that I got to draft a left tackle to be a left tackle. Stop it. Don't do that. Okay, it's ridiculous. What I like to do is I like to go through and see which one of these positions has the most players in that position that are skilled, because it's going to help me look at that position more during the draft and say, okay, this guy could be my left tackle, right? So I see 3 first rounds, 4 first rounders. Okay, so that's where I got there. Left guard, there's only potentially 3 first rounders. Center, there's 1. And there's plenty of times where you're going to just have, 1 minute's left tackle, 1 minute's center, next minute's right guard, left guard. So just pay attention to the draft. Let the draft tell you what's happening. Right tackle here, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of first round picks. So it's a heavy right tackle draft. So you know that. Going in that heavy left tackle or heavy right tackle and going from there. Now, archetypes are huge. You need to understand the archetypes. Okay, very, very important. And stop looking at the archetypes. Get good at looking and then deciding from what you're seeing. So I'm looking here at the physicals. Boom. He's got great jumping. I don't need great jumping. Even if it was bad, I don't care because it's a lineman. What do I care about great jumping? Are you a receiver of some sort? No, you're a big hog molly, man. I just need you to trench hog, bro. That's all I need. So that's an added bonus. Added bonus right there. I'm looking at his NFL Combine. Guy's pretty impressive. First, broad jump. I mean, it's not even like I care about broad jump. I just see it and go, yeah, well, okay, that's impressive. The guy's a beast. Obviously, strength is huge. If you don't have good strength, if the strength, it needs to be decent and above. If it's not decent and above, you could be wasting your time. Okay, then I'm looking at the skills here. Awareness. Awareness is huge. Okay, very, very big. And then the rest of it, I want to see added bonuses, and I want to see that you're good at what you say you're good at. Okay, so his finesse. All right, so he's more of an agile guy, right? Run block finesse, pass block finesse. He's good at both of those. D, pass block power. C, pass block. I already know that this guy's good. I'm drafting him. No question about it. There's no question about it. I'm drafting him. It just depends. Will I draft him over someone else who may be better? Goldman here. Quick one. Go over it once you've seen them and you understand what they are. So this one, he's not bad. He's not as good as the other guy though, because I'm looking at his ratings and I can see good strength, not as bad. Impact blocking an A. I would take a chance on this guy. Would I take a chance on him in round 1? It just depends. If it was maybe a late round, because I don't see his awareness. If his awareness is an A2, all right, then I know that it's like, okay, this guy, you're in the 70 overall range, probably have a hidden dev. I'm looking at the finesse. I'm looking at all that stuff. If I'm seeing he has finesse as well, right? So I'm looking at him, and he has pass block finesse also with the run block power, okay? Combination right there. So he's got finesse, even though what? Looking at his combo or looking at his archetype, he's power. So he's finesse with that power. Added bonus. That means he's good. You're starting to see hints. You're a detective here. You're looking at it and going, all right, guy's impressive. Finesse for the run block. Finesse not there, but you already know he's got the run block power. He's got the lead block, impact blocking. So you know more than likely his pass block power is probably decent. B, I would guess, around there, because I know he's a power guy. So that's how his overall needs to shake up. It needs to be to where it's power, because what you're going to find is you're going to go, okay, he's a power guy, but then he may be 1 to 2 overall points less as an agile player as well. And then you're like, okay, I found a really good lineman. So Goldman, I like him. And let's look at this guy. He's from Ohio State, so you know he's good. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm looking at him. Good strength. Okay, decent jumping. Do I care about jumping? No. Going over the skills here. There you go. Pretty simple, right? You're looking at run block, pass block power, pass block. And then you're looking at impact blocking, awareness. Okay, so, you know, what is this guy? He's power. Well, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But then he's still got some decent speed to him, too. His finesse isn't quite there, but I know I got a powerful dude. This guy's strong. Barnett's good. I would draft Barnett. No question about it. We also got Dave here. Let's look over Dave. He's 1 to 2. So I'm looking there. Pretty impressive, right? Pretty impressive. I like this guy a lot. Okay, so I'm seeing lead block, finesse, his run block, his pass block power. So I know he's not a power guy. He is agile, right? Pretty simple. You can see that there. Still means he's good. Okay, he's good. So if you're looking at his finesse and you're looking at his pass block power, it's a C. His run block power is probably a C2 or maybe a B, because if it can't be, it's you know, it's not going to be any higher, obviously, just because he's not a power guy. So you know it's going to be slightly off. You want to try to deduct based upon what you're seeing. Now let's see a bad guy here. Let's look at a guy that, okay, decent strength, not too bad. This guy doesn't look too terrible. But then you're seeing his stamina's an A. Pass block, his pass block power. This guy's a pass blocker, I would assume. Yeah, pass protector. But I'm not seeing anything here that's going to indicate to me for day 3 that's like, I got to draft you, dude. I just absolutely have to draft you. And A stamina is not going to cause me to pick you up because you got a great stamina. Okay, so, and then right here, I'd really hone in because look at all the right tackles I was looking at. And I mean, I'm looking at a lot of these guys and going, this was an impressive right tackle class. I mean, very, very impressive. But I will go over one more here, elite. This guy's probably not the best guy of all these guys just by looking at those ratings there, but he's still good. His stamina's an F. Again, if there's going to be an F on here, I'd rather it be stamina. Okay, and then let's look over Widmer real quick, see if we can find a guy. Okay, I would guess that this guy's better. Yeah, he's looking at that awareness, impact blocking, finesse, and then he's got his pass block power, so he's more agile, or, he wouldn't be pass blocking, and the reason is because his run block finesse. If he is pass blocking too, then you would have to go after him because holy crap, this guy's good. He's also good at run block too. The guy's impressive. Let's take a look at DNs here. You need to understand archetype. Don't look at the size either, because you should be able to guess the size based upon what you're seeing. Don't look at the size, don't look at the archetype. Okay, but you need to understand what the archetype means. Okay, so I'm looking here, the strength's elite. Now what do you see? He's kind of slow, right? But he's strong. He's a strong dude. I'm going over the skills. So what would make him good if he's almost 300 pounds? He needs to be around 300 pounds if you have elite strength and you're slow. Because if you're not, then what's the reason that you're slow? Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. Play recognition's a B, power move C, pursuit is B, his block shedding. So he's not a power rusher, or else you'd see his power moves better. 300 pounds, he's a run stopper. So when I'm looking at him here, the run stopper is going to go more into the block shedding. Okay, so I know his block shedding's at least a B, which is good. That's not bad, because if it wasn't a B, then it would be more leaning towards power moves, that he's a power rusher, and he's not. So the power moves I know is a C. I see his block shedding. You look at his impact blocking. You're going to know that his block shedding is likely a B. It could be an A. Okay, so I just know it's higher than a C. And so it's just detective work here. And that's why, do I like the guy? Yeah. Would I draft him, with an early first-round pick now? Probably not. Looking at this guy here, I can tell he's smaller. He's not 300 pounds. If he was 300 pounds, draft him immediately. I mean, look at the ratings. Draft him immediately. If this guy's 300 pounds, it's over. No question. He's he's a great defensive tackle if he's 300 pounds. Awareness, block shedding, power moves. So this guy's a power rusher. Power rusher. Big dude, and he has the block shedding too, so he's close to run stopper as well, and his impact blocking, all that stuff, looking good. Let's look at Richard here. So Richard's a speed rusher, so he looks, not too bad. 3rd, 4th round. His finesse. You're gonna see more finesse in speed rushers. Finesse. Power rushers have P moves. Block shedders have run stoppers have block shedding, and it just kind of goes from there. So speed rusher here, Harbor. Now, what do I see with Harbor? It's day 3. Okay, so I'm not going to apply the same standards on him as I would someone else who's projected 2nd round or something. So he's obviously really good for day 3, right? You're looking at him, decent strength and all that. What's his size? I don't want to look at his, oh my God, I just had to close my eyes, shut my eyes down, because I was like, I don't want to see your archetype. I've already forgotten most of these guys' archetypes. But yeah, I mean, is he great? No, he's not. It's not like he's fantastic, but he's got an F injury. All right, that's not like the worst thing ever. It's not great, but it's not like so terrible. Block shedding is an F, so he's definitely not a run stopper. Stamina, tackle, awareness. What is he? Speed rusher. Yeah. So I know that, if his block shedding was at least a D or a C, then I know that his power moves were even, maybe not his power moves, his finesse moves would be higher. So yeah, I mean, I don't see enough evidence on his skills there to determine that how good he actually is, but from his ratings here, I would draft him on his ratings alone, because his skills don't tell me like, wow, he's terrible, but he's got a C awareness. Okay, so his power moves can be a D, a C, something like that. Play recognition, he could be decent, but his physicals are really good. I like his physicals. And for day 3, that's great. I really enjoy his physicals. This guy, his aren't bad. No, not bad at all. C awareness, yeah. I mean, do I think that this guy's super amazing? No, not even close. I just think that he's, I don't know. I mean, he's okay on that. His block shedding's a D, but I like this guy. I think for day 3, I like that he has. I mean, he's very solid. I mean, he really is. His finesse, the lowest it's going to be is a C. The upside's an A, which is pretty fantastic if it ends up being an A. This guy here, solid. not too bad, but speed rushers, you got to be careful of. Yeah, and I'm just not. I don't know. It's a C. It's guaranteed. I'd rather take the chance on the other guy. There's more, there's just more with the other guy. The other guy could have a higher upside. So that's why I'm choosing him. I think this guy's pure backup here, Jenkins. I think Cliff is as well. But yeah, this is what you're looking at with the guys. Now with D tackle, it's the same thing. We got Winslow here. Looking at Winslow, not bad there, not terrible. Strength you need. You definitely need strength. Jumping's added bonus, all that stuff. But here's the problem with him, right? What's your clear indication that you see here that you're worried? His awareness, C to an F. The upside's a C. The downside's an F. That's not that great. That's, it's not bad for user play. But it's not. Why am I going to draft you over someone else? Like, I don't know. That awareness is going to be something I'm going to look at there. Okay, this guy's solid. Solid. B awareness. You're drafting this guy over that guy any day of the week. And then the A injury, an added bonus. Power moves. This guy's a run stopper. Yeah, so he's a run stopper. You can see just kind of looking him over. And that's how you're going to do it. Let's look over a speed rusher here. Because speed rushers are a little bit more rare. You're not going to find as many speed rushers. Good strength, too. Look at his NFL combine. Pretty impressive. A through C awareness. Finesse is an A. Wow. Block shedding's a C. Okay, power moves are a D. Play recognition's a B. Not bad. No, not bad at all. I'd draft this guy late, mid-second, third round for sure. Look at this guy. Let's check him out real quick. Great strength. Really good across the board. Yeah, this guy's impressive. Oof. Drafting this guy. No doubt I'm drafting this guy. Yeah. Power rusher for sure. Drafted this guy. Is there anyone else? Nope. So, yeah. Yeah, that's what you're looking for there. All right, left outside linebacker, right outside linebacker, even middle linebacker. Middle linebacker's a little bit different. Same thing. Archetype, understand what they are. Player notes, just not a bonus. The more they have, the better. Looking at this guy here, Adam Miller. No, not too bad there. Not bad. Oh, dang. Okay. So when looking at his physicals, this is what it tells me here. It tells me that his ratings, right, they're okay. So you see that his ratings are okay. But then you go over here to his skills. A, awareness. B, man coverage. B, play recognition. A, power moves. So it tells me the guy's probably not the highest of overalls, but he's good. I would be shocked if this guy didn't have a hidden depth. I'd be shocked. I would literally be shocked. Zone coverage is a C too. His man coverage. I mean, what is this guy? Power rusher? So he's a power rusher with B man coverage. Woo! It's impressive. So that's how you should look at their archetype. Because you look at his A power moves, right? So you would be the indication would be power rusher. All right. And then you look at that man coverage there and you're going, well, if he's a power rusher. But then you look at his physicals here. So I'm not seeing like the highest of overall guys, or else it would be all elite or great. But, he's solid. And then Northcutt here. Let's take a look at Northcutt. Solid. Agility and acceleration a little bit poor. So I'm guessing play recognition, block shedding. So he's a run stopper, I'm assuming. Power rusher. Wow. Okay. So that tells me if he's a power rusher that his power moves are probably an A. Because if he was block shedding, he would be a run stopper. Right? That's what he would be. So he's not. But you could see his block shedding there, so it's a B. And then his power moves there, he's a power rusher, so they got to be higher than the he's good. This guy's good. Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with Northcutt. I don't think he's super great. I don't think his overall is super amazing, but I think he's talented. Can he start in the NFL? Yeah, I think he can. And I found a few guys here. Pass coverage guys you got to be careful of. You got to be careful because they can look great and then they're not. You got to be careful of pass coverage guys because I'm going to be really strict with pass coverage guys because there's been plenty of times I looked at them and I was like, oh, yeah, looking at some of the stuff that I like, and then I would take chances on them with certain things and they ended up being terrible. So awareness is huge. So I see that this guy's awareness is an A. He's second to third round projection. Okay, I'm looking at his physicals there too. A lot of great, a lot of elite there. Okay, that's impressive. Power moves, that's not what this guy is. Pursuit, man coverage is a B. Play recognition's a C. Yeah, he's good. A awareness. This is a guy you take a chance on. Some of these pass coverage guys, just be careful, okay? Because you can go through and you can look at their physicals. This guy's obvious, okay? So you can see poor jumping, just marginal. It's just not as, as much umph as the other guy, okay? So right there you can see the difference between these two guys here. Another pass coverage guy here that I actually liked. Yeah, you can see there. Solid for his strength. Pass coverage guys having solid strength. Now, he does have F injury, F finesse, F power moves, but that's not what this guy's about. And he's projected second to third round. So his man coverage is an A, tackles an A. This is a guy I'd take a chance on. I'd rather go with the other guy first just because I know more about him, Widmer. But that doesn't mean that he isn't, that this guy can't end up being good. Okay, it doesn't mean that. This guy could actually be better than the other guy. It's hard to see. So middle linebacker, what I'm going to be looking at too is just, there's quite a bit that you can find that are decent per year, probably around 3, I would say. But this guy, not bad, poor acceleration, projected 1 through 2, block shedding, play recognition's a B. Pretty interesting there. Of course, it kicks me out. So back to him. Let's look over Sheldon. Got crushed out of that. So he's okay, but his block shedding, he's got a lot of A's. His impact blocking, play recognition, and he's a run stopper. Okay, yeah. I don't mind this guy. Definitely don't mind him. I would draft him. I don't know exactly how good he's going to be. But then let's look over this guy here, Jonathan Poole. Oh, I already like him. Look at all those first in the NFL Combine, too. I like this guy. Oh, you got to draft this guy over that guy. You got to draft him. Now I know why I have him on my list. A awareness, A man coverage, definitely pass coverage there. His block shedding's a D, play recognition's a C. Not bad. You got to take a chance on this guy, no doubt. So that guy you take a chance on. But you got to be careful with pass coverage guys. Now, I didn't see anyone else here. So, let's look at a guy like this. Carrington. Decent. Yeah. This guy's not going to have a high overall. There's nothing really that just stands out and makes him great. Is he going to have a really low overall? No, probably not. But it's not going to be that great. So I love scouting. Absolutely love scouting cornerbacks. Okay, because cornerbacks, their archetype, it really helps you. And a lot of positions do. The archetype really, really helps you. And that's why I always talk about how important the archetype is on each of these guys, because the archetype should match. And if the archetype doesn't match what you're seeing, then and even on the guessing, sometimes you don't even have to guess. I'll try to find someone where I can explain this. So I'm looking at his physicals first. I see good, solid. Okay, so I know that the guy is decent, but how good is he? I don't know. His zone coverage is a D, C tackle, C play recognition. His man coverage is an A through a C. So he should be man coverage, right? That's what it is. It should be man-to-man. All right, so he's man-to-man. And so that wasn't a great indication on that, but I'm going to try to find a guy. I know there's a guy in here that it'll show it. Okay, so let's go over Giles here. I'm looking at physicals. All right, so right away, more than likely, just from what I'm seeing there, his ratings, I'm drafting Giles before I'm drafting Hamill or Hamilton, whatever his name is. So I'm seeing his man coverage is a B, zone coverage is a C, so I don't have to guess on any of this stuff. His awareness is a B through a D. I'd take a chance on this guy. I would draft this guy over the other guy. Period. I just would. You could get a crappier guy where his awareness is lower, but chances are, even if his awareness is lower, with him hitting those benchmarks, you could upgrade him and get him up quicker. So just because you draft a guy and he's a lower overall doesn't mean after 1 year he's going to be a lower overall. And let's look at Perryman here. Okay. So Perryman, not bad. I like Perryman. Solid, elite, so strength, added bonus. I'm looking at the skills here. So his zone coverage is a B through a D, and his man coverage is a C. Okay, so if it says he's man coverage for his archetype, his zone coverage is a D. If it says he's zone coverage, then his zone coverage is likely a B. Zone coverage, okay? Boom. His zone coverage right there is likely a B. All right, so that's something to take into consideration is catching. You guys, this guy's not bad, which is impressive. That means he's got a B zone coverage. I can tell you that right now, or a high C, which is more than likely it's a B, and then C man coverage. So I already know his man coverage. I got the added bonus there, so I know he's good. You're a pretty good balanced player there. I like him. So that's what you can see there. You can kind of look over it and find out if a guy is actually really good. And you can do this with all different positions. And I tried to make it easy for you guys because you can spend 10 years. I like this guy. What is this guy? Round 1 through 2? You can spend 10 years recruiting all these guys. And you don't have to. You can be a great drafter without spending 10 years to do it. Zone coverage, man coverage. That's interesting. If he's slot, then he's man-to-man. Okay, so man coverage is probably a B, unless it could be a C, and then his zone coverage is a D. It was play recognition, stamina. Okay. But if you're looking at his physicals, he's impressive. So I'd draft him for sure. I would definitely draft Smith. Boatwright, what do we got for Boatwright? Because a lot of C's here for Boatwright. So I must have seen something in him if I'm looking at a lot of C's, but what is it? It's press, so his zone coverage is a B. So it's more than likely zone, yeah. But whoa, okay. 1 through 2. All right. So his man coverage is a C too. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I'd draft him. Especially in the second round, for sure I would draft him. Is there anyone else? Ooh, we found this guy. So who's a bad guy? Let's find Vasher. What a name, though. Ooh, look at that. The ratings are moving around there. Zone coverage is a D. Press, F. So if you don't have good press, are you a great slot if you have no press at all? No, I kind of want to see press. If you're a slot or man coverage, I want to see you have the ability at press. And then you see this guy. He's a slot, too. Let's look at the difference. McIntosh. Better across the board there. Looking at the skills. All right, press B through a D. A little bit better. The indications are that he's better, so I draft him. I would definitely draft him over that other guy. Let's try and find a first-round guy, 1 through 2 here, and show you here. Because cornerbacks are tricky. So it's poor strength, looking across the board. He's, D's. Yeah. His press, he's not zone coverage, he's not man coverage. So when it says he's man, he's terrible. This guy's terrible. Clear indication that the guy sucks. So let's look at the safeties here. We got some pretty good safeties. I love safeties in this. I just absolutely love safeties. So I'm sitting there looking at the ratings once again, looking at his NFL Combine. Wow. Dude, he's first. Not only is he's got great ratings, but he is elite with his NFL Combine. This guy's a beast. Ooh, my Lord. A awareness, A zone coverage. So he's zone. And then his man coverage is a B through a D. Finesse moves is a B. Tackles a B too. Wow. This Phelps. This guy I'm impressed with. I mean, look at that combine. This guy's a beast. That guy is a beast. And I usually don't hold the NFL Combine to such a high degree. But when you see first across the board like that, oh my God. Looking at the physicals here. Yeah. Not bad. A pursuit, A tackle. Okay. A block shedding. He's got a D man coverage. Zone. So he's probably zone. He's run support. Ooh, run support with that. Block shedding is an A. So, yeah, probably that's a big indication. But his zone coverage, too, being an A through C, not bad. That guy, I would draft that guy for sure. I don't think Ballard, though, is is he the most amazing guy? It's hard to say. I think he's good. I definitely think he's good. This guy's positive. He's got a lot of positives going on there. Starks, man coverage is an A. Definitely a hybrid with a C zone coverage. That was tough to say almost. I like this guy. Yeah, he's good. Let's look at a guy who's okay. Okay, so let's look at his physicals here. Yeah, you can already see he's only got strength, so he's probably run support. Yeah, not his finesse moves. I would assume run support, yeah. He's linebacker status. He's a big dude, too. He's outside linebacker. Another guy. Let's look at a zone guy that I didn't put on my list here. Physicals. Okay. Let's see. So his man coverage is a D. Zone coverage has to be, it's probably a C. Could be even a little bit higher, but his awareness is not good. Either way, his awareness, I mean, he's day 3, though, so that's not like the worst ever. Did I have anyone else? No. Let's look at strong safety here, and then we'll get into the draft. So we got bracket here. What is bracket about? Okay, decent strength, too. Man coverage is an A, hybrid. Zone coverage is a B, definitely a hybrid. This guy's a beast. Bracket's a beast. There is no doubt bracket is a beast. You see, so if you see that combo there, where his man coverage and his zone coverage and his awareness is that, you're looking at his physicals across the board, looking at that NFL combine. Yeah, he's a beast. That dude's a beast. Wow. It's a good combination there. Nice. This guy's good too. Okay. So his man coverage, play recognition, he's hybrid. He's hybrid. If you had man, if he was a B man coverage though, and he was a zone coverage guy, they'd probably more than likely still label him as he still could be close to hybrid. But this guy could be a cornerback, no doubt. Like this guy's a good this guy's a good corner, like a good corner. So I'm impressed. Legitimately, I'm impressed with that guy. I like Lewis. Dang, these are good. These 3 dudes are good, solid. Phelps is a beast. These 2 guys are okay compared to, like, they're not bad, but these guys are like Phelps and Brackett and Lewis are interestingly bomb. Like bomb. They're good. They're really good. Yeah. See, his zone coverage is a C, so I mean it's not bad there. Good speed. Yeah, he'd be a good corner too, though, except for his acceleration. This guy'd be a good corner. Dang. I like these guys. I like Starks. I like Phelps, and I really like these guys there. Kickers and punters. Yeah, I mean, you know, just pick the best guy with elite across the board. I'm never going to draft a kicker and punter. So one thing that you guys should take into consideration is let's say, like, you know, I'm drafting here. We're going into the 3rd round, right? And I've already picked up a lot of the guys that I like, guys that I recruited. And now I'm in a situation to where there's plenty of guys who are probably going to get picked up before the guys I really like. I have Dwayne on my list. However, he wasn't my top guy. Miller, I like Miller as well, but he wasn't my top guy. I like Thad the most. Thad was one of my favorite guys that I had as a playmaker, Alabama kid. So I have the option now to where I could either trade out of the draft and move back, which is definitely something that you can do, and you can end up profiting from this at the same time, right? So I could trade away the pick. I know I have a pick coming up, 3rd round, pick 2, but I would want this current year is what I would want. Okay, so I'm at 2023 now. I got 2 picks there, pick 37. This is pick 65. Okay, 61. That's not the worst in the world. So 61 right now, that's the best. And yeah, the 61 is the best here. And we get the 5th round pick. So this is another thing that you can do here. Once it's my turn again, I'm looking and I'm seeing, all right, I don't have any guys that I immediately want to pick. And so if you're in with all users, I'd recommend, you know, if you can move back, but don't pass up on a guy because you're trying to get too good of a deal. Don't outdeal yourself. Okay, don't do that. But again, here, I could even trade this away and try and get more. I can say, all right, I want a 2023. I got pick 80 here. It's not the greatest ever, but, you know, what do we got? Okay, pick 67. It's not too bad. But I'd rather get that fourth, too, that they were offering, that other fourth-round pick. Here, 76. On the fourth-round pick, 108. So 72, 111. I like that. 72. Oh, that was 2024. Thank God. Okay, so far what it looks like. No! What it looks like is the third-round pick 80, and then this one here is not too bad of a deal. I'll take this one here. And I'll move back again. And I'm profiting, from the same pick, I'm profiting. And so I don't have to worry. I know my guys are back further, and it's a little bit easier for me, but I can profit at the same time. Okay, so now, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, all right, I still have Thad, so this is the guy I actually do like. I'm going to draft him now. I thought that this guy was fantastic, and he actually has a hidden dev, and I like him. So this is another way of how you can just double down, get more picks, because and you drafted or you've scouted so well that you know exactly who you want. All right, and that leaves you to where you can back out and say, hey, I'm not going to go after this guy. I don't need any of these guys. I don't need to draft them early. It gives you that opportunity. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to trade out of the draft here, go to our draft recap, and we're going to see how well we did in the draft from all the scouting that we did. Now, are you going to be able to keep up this level of play with scouting every year? Maybe not. There's times that I am not able to do it because it is just, it's a lot of work. And that's the fact of, reality here. This is a lot of work. But I went with this quarterback here, 70 overall. Okay, I like that. And I know he's a hidden dev. And then Phelps. This is a guy we talked about. I didn't think he was an 81, but I knew this guy was freaking good, man. Hidden dev, too, out of Wisconsin. Big 10 dude. So he can hit. You know that. Biles is 75. Love that. Strong safety. And I had a lot of first-round picks. And that's another thing you could do here is you could trade away your team if you know that guys are good on this strong safety bracket here. I ended up getting majority of the good safeties that I liked. I went with Northcutt here because there wasn't a lot of outside linebackers. I mean, he was going to disappear. Adam already went. Adam Miller. Adam Miller went quick, and I'm curious actually to what Adam Miller's overall is. Here he is, 74. Okay. All right, 72 there. Yeah, you can see a lot of these guys. They started going linemen early, too. I went Biles, and I went Brackett. So they picked up some good guys, but we ended up still getting some decent linemen. But we got Northcutt, and then we went Crutchfield because, he was the best guy there. He was the best running back. Al Agnew or whatever his name was, I think he was pretty good, too. I wonder what his overall was. But then we ended up going Boatwright. Went a lot of defense here because it's just like, hey, in Metcalf. Okay, that guy was a beast. That was a guy I liked. I liked Metcalf quite a bit. So picked Metcalf up, and you can see there, good overalls. But this is heavy scouting, guys. This is like really heavy scouting. Grant, there was not a lot of linemen left after this. I went heavy on to the really good guys that I was like, man, this guy's good. I'm not going to wait on this guy. I also went with Lewis. The thing about him is I can move him to a corner, and he'll be a beast. The left guard here, 74 overall. Okay, slightly better than I thought he was going to be, but I like it. And then Alexander, and then we went with Beckett, Thad, so it was a 72. Nice. Derek, 71. Okay. And then Poole. This guy I saw, and I was like, man, this guy's good. 4th round, getting him. Sometimes you just come across that, and it's just, getting good guys. And then Harbor, 4th round, tight end. This is the blocking guy we were talking about, Sean Ware. He's pretty good. Slow. Yeah, he's slow. He's fullback material, baby. That's what he is. And what's great is he's a hidden dev, so we can put him at a fullback. He could be a tight end too, but I don't mind drafting a fullback at that time, especially if it's a hidden dev. And then this cornerback here, Shorts from Alabama. He actually had a hidden dev. But he's 67 overall. I have no problem with that. Then I traded out because I already drafted the guys I like. I missed one cornerback. There was just a cornerback I wanted to pick up. Could have gotten a little bit more linemen. But honestly, after After I drafted this lineman here, or this guy here, after that I looked and I was like, man, there's nobody left. So you just got to read it and go through it. But this team, imagine, you know, I built this team. Now imagine if I were to take them and go to, you know, just work on them and beast mode the crap out of these guys. This team would change my franchise in a heartbeat. This would change the Texans franchise in a heartbeat. This guy, Zach Good's a beast, great quarterback, hidden dev. Who knows what he is? But yeah, I mean, this is what you can get from these guys.